Company founder and CEO, esports coach at the Southern University Lab, and gamer. Discussions on the emergence of esports at the K-12, collegiate, and professional level. Let's go! Let's go play.
This is your host, Christopher Turner, and this is another episode of Go Play Esports Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 14. Like I always say, we always have a special guest. Today, we have Mike Rufail, and I know I probably jacked it up, Mike, but my bad. Better known as Hastro. We have him live coming up soon, but let's pay a bill right quick. Kovacs. Kovacs is an aim trainer. Not first of its kind, but it's the best thing that I've saw. I use it daily with my students in my program. I've been using it a lot lately, and it's making my Call of Duty play real great. Every episode, I've been giving away a free code. So the first person to DM me on Twitter at GoPlayES, that's GEAUX, play PLAYES, the way we spell it down here in South Louisiana, you get a free code. So I'm going to go to the Kovacs highlight of me playing Call of Duty right quick. That's right. Go get Kovacs right now, man. You can go download that, man. It's a free trainer. If you're playing Overwatch, if you're playing Fortnite, Valorant, any first-person shooter, man, it'll help you with your aiming, man. So let's get to it, man. I'm going to add Hastro on to the show, get him on board. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how you doing, Chris?
I'm good, man. Good to have you on, man. You're actually like one of my top 5. I really wanted to get on this podcast, man. So it's a pleasure to have you, man.
No problem.
I'll show you something right quick, man. See if this jogs your memory. I know you meet a lot of people. You remember this?
Yeah, I remember meeting.
Yeah. So it's been a ride, man, and I'll catch you up as the show goes on, and update you, man, on what we've been doing down here in South Louisiana, man. It's been a cool ride, man.
Yeah. No, I loved seeing what you were working on. Seemed like you guys were really taking a big leap to help out students, make sure they get involvement in the esports and gaming. So it's a great thing.
Yeah, for sure. And so I have a mixed crowd. So some might know you from the Call of Duty scene. For sure, you're a godfather of what we have going on in North America, man. And so I wanted to start with the basic question. Who is Mike? Who is Hastro?
Oh man, I always say this to people. I just tell people that meet me and that I'm just a regular guy, a gamer like everybody else. I'm pretty boring actually, but no man. I mean, I started working in esports fairly early on, and as a player first, and moved into broadcasting. I've also advised publishers on esports and how to make their games better for esports. And I obviously continue to operate Envy Gaming and a team that I helped found. And, we're really operating esports teams at the professional level. So that's who I am.
And I want to go into it, man. We had Scholar on the previous episode, man. I would love to hear some of those old Envy House stories, man, if you had one or two.
Yeah, I mean, there are plenty of stories. No, I mean, there were times when, when we were just a team of gamers that, we were passionate about competing. And so we were always trying to win first place in all the tournaments that we were playing on in the early Call of Duty esports days. And I mean, we were definitely, number one, number two team in the world pretty much every year. And early on, when we decided to move in as a team into a team house, the best story I can give you is where we started, right? It was like just mattresses on the floor in the bedrooms and tables with our monitors, gaming consoles, and an internet connection. That was it. Like, that's how we started. We just decided, like, we were going to get into a house and just start grinding as a team and trying to beat every other team in the world. And it started like that, and eventually we got furniture, so it was like really, really early on, and we were all young and kind of going on a dream.
You mentioned dreams, man. Like, what was it? Because I know you have different skill sets. You mentioned broadcasting. You're a great marketer. You're a great community builder, and we'll get into all of that. But like, what about gaming? Why gaming for you?
I grew up as an athlete, but I also, like, as a young person, just really got, my parents like pre-ordered a Nintendo, so like when those came out, I was really young and I just started playing it a lot back then. It's something I really had a lot of fun with, and I was also an athlete growing up, and so esports is really just this major attraction to me because I really loved video games my entire life, but I was also very competitive in sports, and combine the two, it was just like an addiction. So I really love esports. I have no problem admitting it to people that I'm addicted to it. It's an addiction for me.
So what was that draw? What was that addiction? Because you mentioned sports, and I've done my research. You're a great soccer player, man. So like, what did you? I know you were injured. Did it click for you before that or after the injury that you were going to lock into esports and like build an org? And that was kind of new for us in the States. Like, what was that process like?
Yeah. Well, I had like gotten injured in high school, and it was, I had to like sit out like a season or something like that. And, I just maybe knew, like, at that point, like, longer term, I don't know how long I could hold up, like, competing at like a college or pro level. And I still played club soccer through college in the ACC and had a good time doing that. But, honestly, man, I had a career too going before in the film and television production world. And, it just kind of clicked when, I learned that I was just really good at playing Call of Duty. Like, it was just Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3. And I was playing a lot of Call of Duty during those days. So this is like back in 2005, 2006, in that era. And yeah, man, I was just doing really well in the games I was playing, like publicly, like in the game itself, and knew I was one of the higher ranks. And Call of Duty 3 had a pretty robust ranking system, and I was just one of the best players in the world. And so on the rankings, so started playing in tournaments, and as I started winning some of those tournaments or playing really well in them and earning some money, I figured I would just go for it full time at that point.
Yeah. And what happened, as far as career wise to make you, kind of say, hey, I'm going to go more of a business route and manager route? Like, I watched the interview and you mentioned when they switched over to the PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation guy. It was the controller you mentioned. Was that the deciding factor, or were you thinking more along the lines of like structure?
I guess, you're kind of asking like when did I decide to turn into a business?
Yeah.
Well, we just started we were winning so many tournaments, so many people started following us, just naturally, like people wanted to watch the best Call of Duty players in the world, and we were definitely that. And so, we started gaining an audience, and from there, sponsors started, being serious and discussions with us about funding the team. And we were able to start, getting some awesome partners and sponsors on board. And at that point, you kind of have to make it a business because people, companies are cutting you checks to advertise with you, but also support you. And so, at that point, when we gained the attention of sponsorships, we started to turn it into a business.
And throughout that process, now you have, Envious, a big umbrella, you have Dallas Fuel and Dallas Empire, you have your new HQ office. Like, did you see it getting to this point?
I get that question a lot, and I always have the same answer. Like, yeah, we did. I don't think people always expect us to say, no, we didn't expect it to get to this point. But honestly, man, I mean, we kind of willed it. It's we've also just stayed on the front of esports for a long time in terms of pioneering and doing things and helping grow it. But I mean, I don't think we would be here unless we believed in it, and that this is kind of our goal, to start filling arenas with people and making sure that people are entertained, and I think that's what draws people to esports. It's entertaining.
Sure. Like, I've been up. I haven't been to an event yet, but I know where the HQ office is, and I know what type of events like Homestead you've done. Like, coming out of COVID, we're not home free yet. Like, what's some of the big things you're looking forward to? I know you're looking forward to, like, getting back in the arena and watching your players play, but what else are you looking forward to?
I just want to hear the crowd again, man. I mean, that's for me, like, the thing that has always made me love esports so much is that when you do go to an event and you hear a lot of people having fun at the same time, and, like, everybody is there connecting on the same wavelength, the same interest. That's what I miss. And so, that's what I'm looking forward to the most coming out of, kind of a pandemic. And I just want everybody to be together again and having fun. And that's what I'm here to do, man. I really look at, my goals, and as long as the people that are enjoying our teams are having fun, then I'm doing my job right.
Yeah. And this is a personal question for me, Hastro. Like, I'm the only director in the country that oversees a K through PhD program. So I have a middle school, high school team, and a collegiate team that I manage, and we do programming. Like, what? And I know you're in a similar format as far as a way more complex format than me, because you have multiple teams and multiple leagues. Can you talk about, like, how that is to manage? I know you have a team, and what do you do to kind of get away for a moment? Like, what are your other hobbies to kind of depress?
Yeah, I spend time with my family, man, and I'm also a gardener. I grow my own vegetables, man. That's something I don't know. It's just everybody has their thing, I guess. But I spend a lot of time with my family, man, and then I grow food.
That's cool, man. I just it's funny you said that, man. I just bought a tomato plant a few days ago, and bought some flowers and started planting in my back patio, man. It's strange that you just said that.
Yeah.
And so other than that, like, how is it, like, managing those different communities, man? You've done quite well. You and the team have done quite well, like, building those communities, man. And every separate community is different. It seems like a real family environment where you are, man, as far as company wise.
Yeah, I think we've held that culture for a long time. I think we're still doing a good job of holding on to it, even with a much bigger staff now. And we've hired a lot of new people over the past couple of years, and we've certainly grown as a company. We've become something that resembles, just a more of a mid-sized company than a startup company. And so, I think we're transitioning into that now with new people, and everybody understands that. Yeah, we're very competitive, and but we're also a group of people that works together as teammates. And I think the teammate culture is we're more of a teammate culture than we are a family culture here at Envy, which I think is also important. Because in a competitive environment, everybody, has to be a good teammate. And so as long as you do that, you can build, a successful organization if everybody has that mentality that they're contributing.
Sure, I definitely agree with that. And have the teams been able to go into the HQ yet and really start using it? I know it's been hard for me, man. We actually finished off that room that I showed you when we first met, and my players haven't got like real use out of it yet because of COVID.
No, we've been using it. We've been using the facility. When we first got the team back in, anytime we had external people around or like, larger gatherings, we had testing before we got together, things like that. But now here in Texas, our governor basically opened the state back up a while back, and honestly, man, it's been fine here. I mean, I think everybody feels safe, and I think we have a large percentage of people who've been vaccinated, and everybody kind of feels pretty good about getting back to work. And we've had no issues, knock on wood, and really thankful for that. And so, at this point, we feel pretty good about just getting back together, and the team's training here, and playing here. So that will happen more and more as time goes on. We're not back to 100% yet and bringing players in, but the Dallas Fuel are certainly here every day.
Sure.
and they have been for a while, and so we're happy about that.
You mentioned Dallas Fuel. You just won a big championship with those guys, and I see you doing a lot of stuff in the Dallas area, especially as far as community inactives and getting involved in the community. Like, how important is that to you?
I'm another thing that I'm a prideful person in some ways, and so I've always been very happy to have been born and raised here in Texas, man. And honestly, the surrounding area is part of that too. I mean, it's like it doesn't have to just be labeled Texas, but this area of the country. I was closer to Louisiana than I was to Dallas.
You were.
I grew up in East Texas, so I have a big appreciation for Louisiana too. Same for Oklahoma. It's Arkansas. There are places around us that are, very similar of this part of the country, and so there are all sorts of differences too. But the reality is that's where we live, and so man. I mean, I think it's really important to create, that community feel and to be authentic to where we're from.
Yeah, sure.
Who we're representing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you mentioned Louisiana, man. Like, I don't know if you've been back to Lufkin in a near area, but if you do, Northeastern has an esports room that's out of this world, man.
Okay.
I'm really proud of what they've accomplished in a short time, but it's definitely laid out like graffiti walls, Alienware computers. Like, they did a good job. So you should definitely check that out if you are ever around those parks again, man. But, how do you feel about that whole spiel? Like, I know when we first met, man, you were like over the moon when I hand you that pamphlet in your hand. I was like, hey, man, this is the vision. This is what we're trying to do. You were excited about schools getting into esports. How do you feel about that whole aspect, having a real pipeline of talent you can pull from?
Man, it's amazing. It's not just that. It's just, I think that I think it just gets more people involved, and actually it's in some ways it's also just doing a big service to the people who enjoy this. If people enjoy video games and esports so much, then why not give them a path to learn more about it or get involved from a career perspective or just an educational perspective, having the experience or education of what the esports industry and gaming industries are. I think that really is important to foster, just good relationships with young people in the school systems. And so, yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of benefit that comes out of doing it. And I'm really happy that a lot more K through 12 programs and university programs, college programs are doing that. So really excited about it.
Sure, man. And I'm a segue that into, I'm gonna show you this video, courtesy of WFB, like a news channel here in Baton Rouge, and I wanna get your opinion on what we were able to pull off at Southern Lab, which is our K through 12 school on Southern University system. So check this out, Mike.
A first-of-its-kind opportunity is opening up for young students and video gamers right here in our community. Today, Southern Lab held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for its brand-new Esports and Media Lab. Coach Chris Turner has led several teams at Southern Lab to playoff wins and tournament appearances. School officials say they are excited for the student-athletes and this new opportunity.
It's not just about the gaming piece of it, because we can go into organizing, we can go into television production, coding, strategy, merchandising, and as we embrace that ecosystem of esports here at the lab school, we want our kids to be intertwined in that from all different aspects.
That is a great opportunity. Now, this lab features state-of-the-art equipment, including rig gaming headsets, Vertigear gaming chairs, several kinds of gaming consoles, and an observation streaming room.
And what do you think about that, man? That was all done with fundraising and sponsorships, man. No school funding, man.
Yeah, I think it's amazing that I'm assuming some alumni contributed to that too, and it's amazing that people who've come through the program there understand that this is something that they can stay ahead of, and it's important to a lot of young people. So great, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I want to talk about Envy partnering with Generation Esports, man. They've been a strong supporter of the school, and Louisiana in general, man. They're playing a big feat here, and of course, in Texas with you guys too. Can you kind of go into depth about that partnership and what you look forward to, reaching those guys and the youth, man? They service over 100,000 kids on that platform.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for us, it's fantastic. I mean, I think, the more people who can discover our team, great. But ultimately, it's still a give and a give. If those young people decide to, give some fandom to our teams and be cheering for us, and whether, even if they're not, we're still happy to just, again, provide some level of connection on education, pathways into the industry, career pathways. And again, the baseline of it is just the education of the industry, and whether they decide to, young people decide to have a career in esports and gaming or not, at least they gain some knowledge of the industry and are a little bit wiser because of it. And, this is an activity that, millions and millions of people around the world enjoy. I mean, it's very powerful, and we have very active user bases in a lot of video games, and it's very obvious. There's a lot of data to support that this is a big movement and a big activity that many people enjoy. So connecting with young people just makes sense, and fostering a relationship that way just makes sense, and building community and giving them things is something we're really excited to do.
Sure. And man, it was I was happy when I saw that news come across, man, because there's other orgs, man, but I think that you guys have done a great job in multiple areas of the business, and for youth to learn something. I think it's your org, and it's not too many in the conversation that can honestly supply those different career paths, man, and like expose the kids to, hey, this can be you one day, man. So great job, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. So this segment of the podcast, there's no way that I can cover you in 30 minutes, man. You've done a lot and continue to do a lot. Any new developments you want to talk about that's coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that we've been working on a lot of things that, just as you're getting them to the finish line, it's not like we can talk about them too much, but it's we're really trying to push forward with building a real estate presence here, like a local, arena somewhere here in North Texas. And I think that's coming along very nicely, progress there. And so I would say at this point, we can, kind of safely say that, yeah, we have plans to, build a local presence, live venue presence. And we're excited to do that very soon. And hopefully talk more about it.
No, I'm looking forward to it, man. I definitely get you back on once you're ready to talk about that, man. You know, I know people already know, man, but I'll give you a chance to kind of plug away, like how they can reach, the team's platforms, your platform, whatever, man. Just plug away.
Yeah, if you just go to Twitter, we're Envy, ENVY, and you can kind of see, where it flows from there. And we own multiple teams and that are competing in multiple games, and we're always here to just try to bring the best professional gamers in the world to our organization and win championships and foster those players' careers. So, that's what we're about, and we're starting to let people watch that live to a live audience, and people can watch the broadcast online. So just check out our Twitter feed, Envy, ENVY, and you can discover all of our teams there.
Yeah. And Mike will tell you, man, that whoever's your social media guys doing a great job. Definitely in tune. I really enjoyed the real life Rocket League video yesterday, man. So it looked like you guys are having a bunch of fun, man.
Yeah. We're also, we have a content division that's starting up that we started this year and in a big way. And we have some really great personalities there too that are having a lot of fun and gaming and chess. And, it's exciting.
It definitely is, man. But, I wish that you keep pushing the mark a little forward as you go, man. And as you build your team, man. And, I don't know if I ever told you, but I stayed in Dallas for a while too, man. So Dallas is a second home to me, and you've done a great job, man. I'm glad that you decided to come back home.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm going to close out, man. Thanks for coming on, man. Everybody, this has been Hastro, man, owner of Envy, man, and all the teams under that umbrella, man. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Chris. Take care.
All right, you too, man. All right, that was Mike Hastro, man. Envy. It's been a great show. I'm going to end on this note. I'm going to play a video of Control. The spiel, man. Control is a meal replacement. I'm going to play this commercial, man. We're going to close out the show and we'll get back.
90% of people love statistics. We don't have any data to support that, so you'll just have to take our word for it. Control contains prebiotic fiber, the stuff that promotes healthy gut bacteria. Unlike unhealthy gut bacteria, it's healthy. It also contains digestive enzymes. They promote healthy digestion. You're probably starting to recognize a trend here. You know what else are healthy? Branched chain amino acids. They support muscle growth and amp up your exercise performance. And MCTs help to control your appetite. 5 grams of fiber, 23 grams of protein, 22 vitamins and minerals, plus it's made with real pieces of cereal. Control. Statistically awesome.
drinkcontrol.com. You're going to use code GOPLAYES, drinkcontrol.com, man. I think people think that I'm playing. It's not like really the controller shaker. It's actually, it needs to be washed. I drink it so much, man. But, I'm drinking some right now. I love this drink, man. It's been my real meal replacement right now, a little over a year, I think. And this is the only thing that I drink. I don't even drink protein shakes anymore. I drink my meal replacement that has protein in it. And so it's been a great thrill, man. Make sure that you go and get you some Control. Use code GOPLAYES. And like I always say, just go play esports. It's been a blast. I'll see you next episode.